Vandeham Shri Guru Shiyata Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saghana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabanutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishikam Vitam Sya Om Agyana Timarandasya Gyana Chana Shilakaya Chakshuru Milinam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Gurva Bishtam Supurakam Gurganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samastavena Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Vidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwa Gurunsha Divyad Bhagavat Prem Noe Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Varanam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sarekavananam Vairagya Vidyamburim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Vanditam Shubharam Madekasharanam Nyashishvara Shidaram Vanshakopatarubyascha Kripasindubhyavicha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabananyaya Krishna Prema Vridayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupad. This is Antya-lila chapter 11, the passing of Haridas Thakur. Verse 1. Namami Haridasam tam Chaitanyam tam Chatat Prabhum samstitim api yanmurtim samstitam api yanmurtim swanke kritva nanartayaha. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Haridas Thakur and his master Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who danced holding the body of Haridas Thakur in his arms. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Doyamoy Jaya Dvaita Priya Nityananda Priya Joy. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is very merciful and who is very dear to Advaita Charya and Lord Nityananda. So today is Nityananda Prabhu's divine appearance day. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is very merciful and who is very dear to Advaita Charya and Lord Nityananda. Jaya Srinivaseshwara Haridasam Nath Jaya Gadadhar Priya Swarupa Prananath. All glories to the master of Srinivasacharya. All glories to the master of Haridas Thakur. All glories to the dear master of Gadadhar Pandit. All glories to the master of the life of Swarup Damodar. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the master of Srinivasacharya, of Haridas Thakur, of Gadadhar Pandit and Swarup Damodar. He's the dear Lord of everyone. Jaya Kashi Priya Jagannath Pranishwar Jaya Rupa Sanatana Raghunatheshwara. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is very dear to Kashi Mishra. He is the life of Jagannananda. And he is, all glories to Sri Chaitanya, who is very dear to Kashi Mishra. He is the Lord of the life of Jagannananda, and the Lord of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami. Jaya Gaura Deho Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Kripa Kore Deho Prabhu Nija Paradan. All glories to the transcendental form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. My dear Lord, kindly give me shelter at your lotus feet by your causeless mercy. Jaya Nityananda Chandra Jaya Chaitanya Rapran Tomara Chanara Vinde Bhakti Dehodan. All glories to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who is the life and soul of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my dear Lord, kindly give me engagement in devotional service at your lotus feet. Jaya Jaya Dvaita Chandra Chaitanya Arya Swacharane Bhakti Deho Jaya Dvaita Charya. All glories to Sri Advaita Charya, who is treated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as superior due to his age and respectability. Please give me engagement in devotional service at your lotus feet. Jaya Gora Bhaktagan, Gora Jarapran, Sab Bhakti Mili More Bhakti Dehodan. All glories to all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for the Lord is their life and soul. All of you kindly bestow devotional service upon me. Jaya Rupa Sanatana Jiva Raghunath, Raghunatha Gopala Chai Moranath. All glories to Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Gopal Bhatta Goswami, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. They are all my masters. Esab Prasade Liki Chaitanya-lila Gun. Esab Prasade Liki Chaitanya-lila Gun. Jai Chaitanya Liki Kore Apmana Pavan. I'm writing this narration of the pastimes and attributes of the Lord by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. I do not know how to write properly, but I am purifying myself by writing this description. Emata Mahaprabhu Nila Chalebas Sange Bhakta Ganaloya Kirtana Vilas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus resided at Jagannath Puri with his personal devotees and enjoyed the congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So he's enjoyed engaging with the devotees in kirtan. Dine Nritya Kirtan Ishwara Darashan Ratriye Raya Swarup Sane Rasa Aswadan. In the daytime, Mahaprabhu engaged in dancing and chanting and in singing the temple of Lord Jagannath. At night, in the company of his most confidential devotees, such as Ramananda Roy and Swarup Damodar Goswami, he tasted the nectar of the transcendental mellows of Lord Sri Chaitanya's, he tasted the nectar of the transcendental mellows of Lord Sri Krishna's pastimes. In the daytime, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu engaged in dancing and chanting and in singing the temple of Lord Jagannath. At night, in the company of his most confidential devotees, such as Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar Goswami, he tasted the nectar of the transcendental mellows of Lord Sri Krishna's pastimes. Emata Mahaprabhur Sukhe Kalajai Krishna Viraha Vikar Ange Nana Hoy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very happily passed his days in this way at Nilachala, Jagannath Puri. Feeling separation from Krishna, he exhibited many transcendental symptoms all over his body. Dine Dine Borin Bikar Ratriye Atishai Chinta Udvega Pralapa Chinta Udvega Pralapadi Jata Shastre Koi. Day after day, the symptoms increased, and at night they increased even more. All these symptoms, such as transcendental anxiety, agitation, and talking like a madman, were present, just as they are described in the Shastras. Swarup Gosai Ara Ramananda Rai Ratri Dine Koridohe Prabhura Sahai. Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai, the chief associates, Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Roy, the chief assistants in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, remained with him both day and night. Egdin Govinda Mahaprasada Loya Haridase Dite Gela Anandita Hoya. One day, Govinda, the personal servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went in great jubilation to deliver the remnants of Lord Jagannath's food to Haridas Thakur. Deke Haridas Thakur Koriache Shayan Manda Manda Koriteche Sankirtan. When Govinda came to Haridas, he saw that Haridas Thakur was lying on his back and chanting his rounds very slowly. Govinda kohe uta ashi korahab bojan Haridasa kohe aji korimu langan. Please rise and take your Mahaprasadam, Govinda said. Haridas Thakur replied, today I shall observe fasting. Today I won't eat. Sankhya Kirtan Purenahi Kemate Kaiba Mahaprasad Anijacha Kemate Upekiba. I have not finished chanting my regular number of rounds. How then can I eat? But you have brought Mahaprasadam, and how can I neglect it? Eta bole Mahaprasad Korila Bandan Ek Ransha Loyatara Korila Bakan. Saying this, he offered prayers to the Mahaprasadam, took a little portion, and ate it. Aradina Mahaprabhu Taratai Aila Shushtahau Haridas Bole Tare Puchila. The next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Haridas's place and inquired from him, Haridas, are you well? So, first Govinda, not Govinda Maharaj. Why am I saying the wrong things all the time? Govinda is the personal servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he brought prasadam for Haridas, which he would do every day. But this day, Haridas Thakur was lying on his back and said he would observe fasting. He didn't, was obviously, and he said, I haven't finished chanting he's the Namacharya, he's chanting 300,000 names every day. So he says, I haven't finished chanting, so I don't feel like I should eat, but then this is Mahaprasadam, so I have to respect it. So he just took a little to respect that Mahaprasadam. But the next day, Mahaprabhu, hearing from Govinda, Mahaprabhu came there personally. And then he said, the next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Haridas's place and inquired from him, Haridas, are you well? Namaskara kori teho koila nibedan, shastra shushta hoy mora, ashushta buddhiman. Haridas offered his obeisances to the Lord and replied, my body is all right, but my mind and intelligence are not well. Prabhu kohe kombyari koha tanirnoi teho kohe sangya kirtana purai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further inquired from Haridas, can you ascertain what your disease is? Haridas Thakur replied, my disease is that I cannot complete my rounds. Prabhu kohe brida hoila sankhya alpakora siddhadeho tumi sarane agraha kenikora. Now you have become old, the Lord said. You may reduce the number of rounds you chant daily. You are already liberated, and therefore you need not follow the regulator principles very strictly. Lokanishtarite e tomara avatar namera mahima kohe korila prachar. Your role in this incarnation is to deliver the people in general. You have sufficiently preached the glories of the holy name in this world. Ebialpa Sankhya Kori Kora Sankirtan Haridas Kohe Shuna Mora Satya Nibedan. The Lord concluded, now therefore, please reduce the fixed number of times you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra Mahamantra. Haridas Thakur replied, kindly hear my real plea, kindly hear my real desire. Hina jati janma mora nindya kolebar, hina karme rata mui arama pamar. I was born in an inferior family, or I was born in a low family, because he considered that way, because he's born in a Muslim family. He says, I was born in a low family, and my body is most abominable. I always engaged in low work. Therefore, I'm the lowest, most condemned of men. Adrishya sprishya more angikara koila raraba hoite kade more vaikunte jadana. I am unseeable and untouchable, but you have accepted me as your servant. This means that you have delivered me from a hellish condition and raised me to the Vaikuntha platform. Swatantra Ishvara Tumi How Ichamoy Jagat Nachao Jare Jaiche Ichahoy. My dear Lord, you are the fully independent personality of Godhead. You act by your own free will. You cause the whole world to dance and act as you like. Aneka nachila more prashada korea viprera shradapatra kainu mulecha hoya. My dear Lord, by your mercy you have made me dance in many ways. For example, I was offered the shradapatra, which should have been offered to first-class Brahmins. I ate from it, even though I was born in a family of malechas, of meat-eaters. Ek mancha koi mora bahun dina hoite lila sambari be tumi loya mora chite. I've had one desire for a very long time. I think that quite soon, my Lord, you will bring to a close your pastimes within this material world. Say Lila Prabhu More Kabuna Dekaiba Apanara Age Mora Sharira Pariba. I wish that you not show me this closing chapter of your pastimes. Before that time comes, please kindly let my body fall down in your presence. And Haridas Thakur is saying to Mahaprabhu, I know that soon you will leave this world, and I don't want to see that. I want to leave before you do. I don't want to see you leaving this world. Hridoye darimu tomar kamala charan nayane dekimu tomar chandavadan. I wish to catch your lotus-like feet upon my heart and see your moon-like face. Jivaya charimu tomar Krishna Chaitanya nam emata mora icha charimu paran. With my tongue I shall chant your holy name, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. This is my desire. Kindly let me give up my body in this way. He says, I want to give up my body chanting your holy name. His whole life he's chanted the Krishna Nam Maha Mantra, but he wants to chant Mahaprabhu's name, and he won't leave this world that way. More icha jari tomara prasade hoy, eni be dana mora koradoya moy. Almost merciful Lord, if by your mercy it is possible, kindly grant my desire. Enicha de homora padukataba age, e bansha sirimora tomate lage. Let this low-born body fall down before you. You can make possible this perfection of all my desires. Prabhu kohe haridas jai tumi magibe Krishna kripa moy taha avashya koribe. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "My dear Haridas, Krishna is so merciful that he must execute whatever you want. Kintu amar je kachu shuka sab tomaloya tomara jogya nahe jabe amare chadiya." But whatever happiness is mine is all due to your association. It is not fitting for you to go away and leave me behind. Charane dori kohe haridas na koriya maya abhashya mo adame prabhu kora e diya. Catching the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Haridas Thakur said, "My Lord, do not create an illusion. Although I am so fallen, you must certainly show me this mercy." Haridas Thakur is saying, I don't wish to see you leave this world. I don't want to be around. I don't want to be here when that happens. I want to go before you. And then Mahaprabhu says, "Haridas, how can you go and just leave me? What will I do?" And then Haridas says, grabbing a hold of the feet of Mahaprabhu, he says, "My Lord, do not create an illusion. Although I am so fallen, you must certainly show me this mercy." He's telling Mahaprabhu, "Don't say this, just give me this mercy that you'll allow me to chant your name and leave this world. I don't want to be around when you leave, and this is my desire." So, Mora Shiromani Kata Kata Mahashai Tomara Lilana Sahai Koti Bhaktoi. My Lord, there are many respectable personalities, millions of devotees who are fit to sit on my head. They are all helpful in your pastimes. Well, what this means, the word here is Shiromani. Money is jewel. And Shiromani is the jewel that somebody wears on their head. He says, there are many devotees that are like a crown jewel for me. They are so wonderful and exalted. He says, many of those, they are all helpful in your pastimes. They'll be here and there for you. But it's now my time, he's saying. Just like I remember Siddhanti Maharaj in February of 2010. He called Govinda Maharaj and basically asked for permission to leave this world. And you could say, well, Siddhanti Maharaj, he is a very wonderful devotee, and he was also very dedicated to chanting the holy name. And he asked for permission, and he left the world, and he left like 1 month before Srila Govinda Maharaj. So, some nice example there. Anyway. Amahena jari ek kita morigela ek pipilika moile prativera kahan hani hoila. My Lord, if an insignificant insect, what he says here, pipilika, my Lord, if an insignificant insect like me dies, what is the loss? If an ant dies, where's the loss to the world? If one ant passes away, who's going to take notice? So Mahaprabhu is, Haridas Thakur has said, I want to chant your holy name, and I don't want to see your final pastimes. I want to go before you, so please grant my desire. And then Mahaprabhu says, but if you go, I'll be alone. And then Haridas says, my Lord, please don't create some illusion. Don't make your Maya. Just, there are so many exalted devotees, and if I'm like an ant. If an ant dies, who's going to take notice? Okay. Bhakta Vatsala Prabhu Tumi Mui Bhaktabas Avasha Purabe Prabhu Mor Ayash. My Lord, you are always affectionate to your devotees. I am just an imitation devotee. I'm Bhaktabas, but nevertheless I wish that you fulfill my desire. That is my expectation. He says, Bhaktavas. This is one of the names that Rama used to call himself, Bhaktavas. I'm an imitation. He'd answer the phone and say, Bhaktavas speaking. Imitation of a devotee. Madhyana korite Prabhu chalila pane Ishwara dekiya kale divana darshane. Because he had to perform his noon duties, Mahaprabhu got up to leave. But it was settled the following day after he saw Lord Jagannath, he would return to visit Haridas Thakur. Tabe Mahaprabhu tare korea lingan madhyana korite samudre korela gaman. After embracing him, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left to perform his noon duties and went to the sea to take his bath. So that's his noon duties. So before taking lunch, he'll go to the ocean and bathe in the ocean. Pratakale Ishwara deki Sava Bhakta Loya Haridase deki te aila Shigra Korea. The next morning, after visiting the Jagannath temple, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, accompanied by all his devotees, went hastily to see Haridas Thakur. Haridas Ageashi Dila Darshan Haridasa Bandila Prabhur Ara Vaishnava Charan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the devotees came before Haridas Thakur, who offered his respects to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the Vaishnavas. Prabhu kohe Haridas koha samachar, Haridas kohe Prabhu jai kripa tomar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired, "My dear Haridas, what is the news?" Haridas Thakur replied, "My Lord, whatever mercy you can bestow upon me." Anganeya Rambila Prabhu Maham Sankirtan Markeshwara Pandita Taha Korana Nartan. Upon hearing this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately began doing Mahasankirtan. All the devotees are chanting, doing Mahaprabhu immediately began great congregational chanting in the courtyard. Vakeshwara Pandit was the chief dancer. Swarup Gosayari Jata Prabhuragan Haridase Bede Kore Namasankirtan. Headed by Swarup Damodar, all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu surrounded Haridas Thakur and began congregational chanting. Ramananda Sarvabhauma Sabar Agrete Haridaser Guna Prabhu Lagila Kohite. In front of all the great devotees like Ramananda Roy and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to describe the holy attributes of Haridas Thakur. Haridaser Guna Kohite Prabhu Hoila Panchamukh Kohite Prabhu Bore Mahasukh. As he described the transcendental attributes of Haridas Thakur, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu seemed to possess five mouths. The more he described, the more his great happiness increased. Haridaser Gune Sabar Bishmita Hoiman Sarva Bhakta Bande Haridasera Charan. After hearing of the transcendental qualities of Haridas Thakur, all the devotees present were struck with wonder. They all offered their respectful obeisances to the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Nijagrete Prabhure Basaila Nijanetra Dui Bringa Mukha Padmedila. Haridas Thakur made Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sit down in front of him, and then he fixed his eyes like two bumblebees on the lotus face of the Lord. Swaridaye Ani Darila Prabhuracharan Sarva Bhakta Pararenu Mastaka Bhushan. He held the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his heart, and then took the dust of the feet of all the devotees present and put it on his head. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shabda Bolana Barbar Prabhu Mukha Madhure Piye Netre Jaladar. He began to chant the holy name of Sri Krishna Chaitanya again and again. As he drank the sweetness of the face of the Lord, tears constantly glided down from his eyes. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shabda Korite Ucharan Namara Sahita Prana Koila Utkraman. While chanting the holy name of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, he gave up his air of life and left his body. Mahajogeshwara Prayadeki Swachande Maran Bhishmaran Nirjana Sabar Hoilas Maran. Sing the wonderful passing of Haridas Thakur by his own will, which was just like a great mystic yogis. Everyone remember the passing away of Bhishma. Because Bhishma lied, he wanted to pass away, and his whole body was pierced by arrows from the battle of Kurukshetra. And he just lied on the bed, waiting for the proper time when the sun would go to the north. Like now the sun's going to the north after like I think it was December 21st, which is, what do they call it? Solstice. So Bhishma waited for that, and while he's waiting, he said, I need a pillow. So some people brought nice pillows, and he said, no, I need a warrior's pillow. So then I think it was Arjuna shot one arrow and then another arrow crossed, like so he could rest his head. And then, so everyone remembered that he waited for the proper time to pass. And now Haridas Thakur was like like that, who he could pass away at the time he desired. And I think Gurudev said something like that about Rishabdev. Rishabdev went to India with his daughter, took him, what's her name? Mandakini. She took him, and Gurudev said she was like a chaste Indian lady. And she took him in like that. He waited, and he passed away. And that Rishabdev passed away in the presence of all the devotees and with Gurudev there. They put a Bhagavad Gita on his heart and everything. So the passing of Haridas Thakur reminded everyone of the victorious passing away of Bhishma Dev. Hari Krishna Shabde Sabe Kore Kolaha Premanande Mahaprabhu Hoila Bival. There was a tumultuous noise as they all chanted the holy names. Hari and Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became overwhelmed with ecstatic love. Haridas Er Tanu Prabhu Kole Loila Utaya Angane Nachena Prabhu Prema Vishta Hoya. The Lord raised the body of Haridas Thakur and placed it on his lap. Then he began to dance in the courtyard in great ecstatic love. Prabhora Aveshe Avasha Sarva Bhakta Gan Prema Veshe Sabenache Korena Kirtan. Because of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic love, all the devotees were helpless. And in ecstatic love, they all began to dance and chant congregationally. Emate Nritya Prabhu Koila Katakan Swarup Gosai Prabhu Re Koraila Sabadan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced for some time, and then Swarup Damodar informed him of other rituals for the body of Thakur Haridas. Haridas Thakur Re Tabe Vimane Chanaya Samudre Loya Gela Tabe Kirtana Korya. The body of Haridas Thakur was then raised onto a carrier that resembled an airship and taken to the sea, accompanied by congregational chanting. See, it took Haridas Thakur's body and bathed it in the sea. So since that time, the ocean is a great place of holy divine mercy. Age Mahaprabhu Chalana Nritya Korite Korite Pinshe Nritya Koreab Vakeshwara Bhaktagana Sate. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced in front of the procession, and Vakeshwara Pandit, along with the other devotees, chanted and danced behind him. Haridase Samudra Jale Snana Koraila Prabhu Kohe Samudre Mahatirtha Hoila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bathed the body of Haridas Thakur in the sea and then declared, from this day on, this sea has become a great pilgrimage site. Haridas Paradaka Piye Bhaktagan, Haridas Antya-lila Prasada Chandan. Everyone drank the water that had touched the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur, and then they smeared remnants of Lord Jagannath's sandalwood pulp over Haridas Thakur's body. So he is placed in samadhi. Very, very nice. We live so close to the ocean, it's very wonderful. When I leave this world sometime, eventually, I just want my ashes to be put in the ocean. All of them. They're fine with me here in Santa Cruz. So Sheila, it's good to see you. So Sheila, you are such a nice devotee.
Thanks, Margaret. I'm going to sit out here with them.
Huh?
I'm going to sit out here with them.
Okay, that's good. He's fortunate that you're his mother. And so, he's a very good person. Haridas Padodaka Piye Bhaktagan, Haridas Antya-lila Prasada Chandan. Everyone drank the water that had touched the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur, and then they smeared remnants of Lord Jagannath's sandalwood pulp over Haridas Thakur's body. Dora Kadar Prasad Bastra Antya-lila Malukara Garta Kore Tahe Shalaila. After a hole was dug in the sand, the body of Haridas Thakur was placed into it. Remnants from Lord Jagannath, such as his silken ropes, sandalwood pulp, food, and cloth, were placed on the body. Charidike Bhaktagan, Korana Kirtan, Brakeshwara Pandit, Korana Nande Nartan. All around the body, the devotees performed congregational chanting, and Vrakeshwara Pandit danced in jubilation. Haribo, Haribo, Bole Gorarai, Apane Sri Haste Balu, Dila Taragai. With his transcendental hands, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally covered the body of Haridas Thakur with sand, chanting Haribo, Haribo. Taribalu Diya Upare Pinda Mandala, Chodike Pindera Maha Avarana Koila. The devotees covered the body of Haridas Thakur with sand and then constructed a platform upon the site. The platform was protected all around by fencing. Tahaberi Prabhu Koila Kirtana Nartan Haridwane Kolahole Barila Bhuvan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced and chanted all around the platform, and as the holy name of Hari roared tumultuously, the whole universe became filled with the vibration. Tabe Mahaprabhu sab bhaktagan sange samudre korila snan jalakele range. After Sankirtan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bathed in the sea with his devotees, swimming and playing in the water in great jubilation. Haridase Pradakina Kore Aila Simadware Harikirtan Kolahola Sakalanagare. After circumambulating the tomb or samadhi of Haridas Thakur, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the Simadwar gate of the Jagannath temple. The whole city chanted in congregation, and the tumultuous sound vibrated all over the city. Simadwari Ashe Prabhu Pasarirtai Anshala Patiya Prashad Magila Tatai. Approaching the Simadwar gate, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spread his cloth and began to beg prasadam from all the shopkeepers there. Haridas Thakur Mahatsave Haridas Thakur Haridas Thakur Mahotsaver Tare Prasadamagiye Bikka Dehota Amare. I'm begging prasadam for a festival, for a mahotsav, honoring the passing away of Haridas Thakur. The Lord said, please give me alms. It means, giving alms means give me, offering, bring food to offer to Haridas Thakur. Shunya pasare sab changada utaya prasada ditaya setara nandita hoya. Hearing this, all the shopkeepers immediately came forward with big baskets of prasadam, or of foodstuffs, which they jubilantly delivered to Lord Chaitanya. They brought so much prasadam, big baskets. Mahaprabhu says, bring me some prasadam, and they're all bringing so big baskets of prasadam. And then Swarup Gosai pasare ke nishe-lila, chandara loya pasare masila. However, Swarup Damodar stopped them, and the shopkeepers returned to their shops and sat down with their baskets. Swarup Gosai prabhore gora pataila, chari Vaishnava chari pichara sange rakila. Swarup Damodar sent Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back to his residence and kept with him 4 Vaishnavas and 4 servant carriers. Swarup Gosai kohilena sab pasarene ek dravyera ek punja dehomore. Swarup Damodar said to all the shopkeepers, deliver to me 4 palmfuls of prasadam from each and every item. So he's telling you not to bring the whole shop, just bring me enough and fill your palms of everything you have, and then all the shopkeepers will do that, and he will have so much he doesn't need to, like Mahaprabhu, when he said it, they were going to bring much more than necessary. So Swarup Damodar, just bring me so much of everything you have, and then we'll make a festival. Hemata Nana Prasad Bojabandaya Loya Aila Chari Janin Mastake Charaya. In this way, varieties of prasadam were collected, then packed up in different loads and carried on the heads of the 4 servants. So they had 4 servants to carry big amounts of prasadam. Vaninaat Patanayaka Prasad Anila Kashi Mishra Neka Prasada Pataila. Not only did Swarup Damodar Goswami bring prasadam, but Vaninath Patanayaka and Kashi Mishra also sent large quantities. So I remember when we used to collect in Kolkata for Gaur Purnima. And we went one year to one place in Dalhousie Square where and that was a place where we begged, and I don't remember, they gave us like 50 bags of mung dal, and mung dal, each bag had maybe 100 pounds in each bag. So the 50 bags, 50 bags is like 5 tons or something of mung dal. But it wasn't then, but it was whole mung. So then we took the mung dal to a local mill, and they milled it all. So they made the mung dal, took off the skin and made it split mung dal, yellow split mung dal. And we had that shipped to Navadip, and there was so much mung dal that they were even feeding it to the cows. I mean, the uncooked mung dal, they had enough for the whole festival and enough to feed the cows and everything. Yeah. Vaninath Patanayaka Prasadanila Kashi Mishra Aneka Prasada Pataila. Not only did Swarup Damodar bring prasadam, but Vaninath Patanayaka and Kashi Mishra also sent large quantities. Sab Vaishnave Prabhu Basaila Sari Sari Apane Pariveshe Prabhu Loya Janachari. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made all the devotees sit in rows and personally began to distribute the prasadam assisted by 4 other men. Mahaprabhu Sri Haste Alpana Aishe Ek Pate Pancha Chanara Bhakya Pariveshe. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not accustomed to taking prasadam in small quantities. He therefore put on each plate what at least 5 men could eat. So he's giving them way too much. Mahaprabhu says Mahaprabhu is not accustomed to taking prasadam in small quantities. And I remember sometimes people were serving prasadam in Navadip. They were so enthusiastic about giving prasadam that you'd hold your hands over the plate and they'd pour prasadam on top of your hands. They were, and then Govinda Maharaj told him, don't force them. But Mahaprabhu was not accustomed to taking prasadam in small quantities. He therefore put on each plate what at least 5 men could eat. Swarup kohe Prabhu base koraha darshan ami iha sabaloya kori pariveshan. Swarup Damodar requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please sit down and watch. With these men to help me, I shall distribute the prasadam. Swarup Jagannananda Kashishwar Shankara Swarup Jagannananda Kashishwar Shankar Charijana Pariveshan Kore Nirantar. The 4 men, Swarup Damodar, Jagannananda, Kashishwar, and Shankar, distributed the prasadam continuously. Prabhuna Kaile Keho Nakore Bojan Prabhure Sedine Kashi Mishra Nimantran. All the devotees. Oh, one close?
With your permission.
Okay.
All
All the devotees who sat down would not eat the prasadam as long as the Lord had not eaten. On that day, however, Kashi Mishra had extended an invitation to the Lord. Apane Kashi Mishra Ila Prasada Loya Prabhure Bhikka Koraila Agraha Korea. Therefore, Kashi Mishra personally went there and delivered prasadam to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great attention and made him eat. Puri Bharat Puri Bharatir Sange Prabhu Bhikka Koila Sakala Vaishnava Tabe Bhojana Korila. With Paramananda Puri and Brahmananda Bharati, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down and accepted the prasadam. When he began to eat, so did all the Vaishnavas. Akanda Puraya Savai Koraila Bojan Deho Bole Prabhu Bolena Bachan. Everyone was filled up to the neck because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept telling the distributors, give them more, give them more. Bojana Korea Sabe Koilani Achaman Sabare Paraila Prabhu Maya Chandan. After all the devotees finished accepting prasadam and had washed their hands and mouths, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decorated each of them with a flower garland and sandalwood bulb. Govinda Maharaj used to do that with us also. And especially before we went on when we left the mat to go on the Navadip Dham Parikrama each morning, he'd be there in the samadhi of Guru Maharaj, and he'd be decorating everybody with sandalwood and giving them garlands. Then he'd accompany them to the gate. Prema Vishta Hoya Prabhu Korana Bharadan Shuni Bhakta Ganer Judai Manaskam Overwhelmed with ecstatic love, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered a benediction to all the devotees, which all the devotees heard with great satisfaction. Haridas er Vijayotsav, Jai Koila Darshan, Jai Ihan Nritya Koila, Jai Koila Kirtan, Jai Tare Baluka Dite Korila Gaman, Taramadye Mahotsabe, Jai Koila Bojan, Achire Hoibe Tasabara Krishna Prapti, Haridas Darshane, Hoi Aiche Shakti. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this benediction. Anyone who has seen the festival of Haridas Thakur's passing away, anyone who has chanted and danced here, anyone who has offered sand on the body of Haridas Thakur, and anyone who has joined this festival to partake of the prashadam will achieve the favor of Krishna very soon. There is such wonderful power in seeing Haridas Thakur. Kripa Kore Krishna More Diyachila Sangha Swatantra Krishnara Icha Koila Sangha Banga. Being merciful upon me, Krishna gave me the association of Haridas Thakur. Being independent in his desires, Krishna has now broken that association. Haridas er Icha Jabe Hoila Chalite Amara Shakati Tare Narila Rakite. When Haridas Thakur wanted to leave this material world, it was not within my power to detain him. Icha Matre Koila Nija Prana Nishkraman Purvejena Shunijache Vishmera Maran. Simply by his will, Haridas Thakur could give up his life and go away exactly like Bhishma, who previously died simply by his own desire, as we have heard from Shastra. So simply by his will, Haridas Thakur gave up his life and go away exactly like Bhishma, who previously left simply by his own desire, as we have heard from Shastra. Haridasa Achila Prativira Shiromani Tahabina Ratna Shuna Hoila Maidani. Haridas Thakur was the crown jewel on the head of the world. Without him, this world is now bereft of its valuable jewel. Jari Jari. Huey. Jaya Jaya. Uh-oh. Jaya Jaya Haridas, Bole Kora Haridwani, Eta Bole Mahaprabhu Nachin Apane. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then told everyone, chant all glories to Haridas Thakur and chant the holy name of Hari. Saying this, he personally began to dance. Sabe Gai Jaya 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 Haridas, Namera Mahima Jeho, Korila Prakash. Everyone began to chant, Jai 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 Haridas. All glories to Haridas Thakur, who revealed the importance of chanting the holy name of the Lord. Tabe Mahaprabhu Sab Bhakte Bidai Dila Harsha Bishade Prabhu Vishrama Korila. Thereafter, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade farewell to all the devotees, and he himself, with mixed feelings of happiness and distress, took rest. Eta Kohilun Haridas Ser Vijay Jahara Shravane Krishna Drida Bhakti Hoy. Thus I have spoken about the victorious passing away of Haridas Thakur. Anyone who hears this narration will certainly fix his mind firmly in devotional service to Krishna. Srinivas Shigra Samudera Kulegela Haridas Thakur Samadhi Dekila Bhumite Padiya Koila Pranate Vishtar Bhagavata Gana Shris Samadhi Sanidane Srinivase Stira Koila Sasneya Vachane Punashrinivasa Shri Samadhi Pranamiya Sevilapa Koilata Shunile Dravihiya. Solamente dos versos más, Maharaj. Dos or tres versos más, nada más. Okay. Srinivas Thakur quickly ran to the seashore. When he saw the samadhi of Haridas Thakur, he immediately fell down offering prayers and almost fainted. The devotees present there pacified him with very sweet and affectionate words. And Srinivasa again offered his obeisances to the samadhi. Hearing of the separation that Srinivasa expressed in his lamentation at the samadhi of Haridas Thakur makes one's heart melt. Chaitanya Bhakta Vatsalya Ihate Jani Bhakta Bansha Purna Koila Nyasi Shiromani. From the incident of Haridas Thakur passing away and the great care Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took in commemorating it, one can understand just how affectionate he is towards his devotees. Although he is the topmost of all sannyasis, he fully satisfied the desire of Haridas Thakur. Seshakale dilatare darshana sparshan tare kole kore koila apane nartan. When Haridas Thakur was at the last stage of his life, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him his association and allowed him to touch him. Thereafter he took the body of Haridas Thakur in his arms and personally danced with it. Apane Sri Haste Kripai Tare Valadila Apane Prashada Mage Mahotsava Koila. Out of his causeless mercy, the Lord personally covered the body of Haridas Thakur with sand and personally begged alms from the shopkeepers. Then he conducted a great festival to celebrate the passing away of Haridas Thakur. Mahabhagavata Haridas Parama Vidvan Esobhagya Lage Age Korila Prayan. Haridas Thakur was not only the topmost devotee of the Lord, but also a great and learned scholar. It was his great fortune that he passed away before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Charitamrita Amritera Sindhu Karnamana Tripta Kore Jara Ek Bindu. The life and characteristics of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are exactly like an ocean of nectar, one drop of which can please the mind and ear. Chaitanya Charitra Ayamritera Sindhu Karnamana Triptakori Jara Ek Bindu. Chaitanya Charitra. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita. So the life and characteristics of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are exactly like an ocean of nectar, one drop of which can please the mind and ear. Baba Sindhu Taribare Ache Jara Chitta Shradakori Shuna Shri Shradakori Shuna Se Chaitanya Charitra. Anyone who desires to cross over the ocean of nescience, please hear with great faith the life and characteristics of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Rupa Raghunath Padijara Ash Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishnadas. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila, 11th chapter, describing the passing of Haridas Thakur. Okay, very nice. Now we'll sing Hari Harai. Are you well? No?
My soul, yes.
What?
My soul is well.
Well, how about your throat?
It's temporal.
What?
It's temporal.
Que es temporal.
Oh, well, everything's temporal. Okay. Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Mopa Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Maranaman Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Narayana Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Brahma Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Vaguna Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raguna Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jai Te Vignana Shabista Pura Jai Gosai Dharmi Charana Tasavar Padalino Mora Panchaga Padir Chanana Sevi Bhakta Sanima Chaname More Abilas Jai Gosai Jame Bhaje Koilama Radha Krishna Antya-lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majayaman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriya Hare Nam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamuna Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriya Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriya Hare Nam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamuna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari Jaya Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari Jaya Gaura Hari. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. We can sing a song here on page 121. Okay. This is a nice song. Ready? 121.
Yes.
Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Patiyache Namahata Jivarakaran. Patiyache Namahata Jivarakaran. Swarabanjanae, 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 Prabhura Agyaya Bhai Magi Ebika, Jana Bhai Magi Ebika. Bolo Krishna Bhajo Krishna Koro Krishna Shika. Aparada shunya hoye loho Krishna naam. Krishna mata, Krishna pita, Krishna dana pan. Nariya Gaudru mein Nityananda Maharaj. Vadiyad se namata jivara karan. Sarvaanjana he, Sarvaanjana he, Sarvaanjana he, Sarvaanjana he. Krishna rasam sarakoro chariyana char. Samsara koro chariyana char. Krishna rasam sarakoro chariyana char. Samsara koro chariyana char. Jive doya Krishna nama sarvadharma sar. 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 Nadiya Godru mein Nityananda Mahajan. Vadiyat Jaina Mahatta Jivara Karan. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Tilak Nehru Maharaj ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyashta Tarasata Sri Srimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyashta Tarasata Sri Srimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunatha Shad Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Premsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Vishwavaranya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupad ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Kusham Ashram Maharaj ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Namadeep Dham ki jai. Shri Mayapur ki jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Saparshada Shriman Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Koladvip ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat ki jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva ki jai. Ganga Devi ki jai. Tulasi Maharani ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan. Shyam Guna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo ki jai. Shri Purushottama Dham ki jai. Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Jo ki jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya. Shri Nrsingadev ki jai. Bhakta Prabhara Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. All the assembled devotees ki jai. Jai Gaur Nitai ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
Jai Om Krishna Bhakti Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj ki jai.